It is 1 week since the nerfs, and it looks like the prophecies are true. Shaman is taking the ladder by storm still, and who is going to stand up to our Murloc and Orc overlords?
Garrosh versus Gul'dan.
Perhaps it will have to be Garrosh again. Good morning everyone, my name is Rooster and this is Control Warrior. With a fancy new card, I guess, and a fancy nerfed card. So we've got a nice assortment of cards here. I don't think I can keep this Shield Slam against possible Zoo Warlock. I don't expect to get too much value out of that, but I like all of the other cards here, so let's keep that. I have also faced a lot of Warlocks today, even a traditional handlock, which was really odd, and that was a really interesting game, by the way. I'm kind of sad I did not get to record that one. This might be handlock again, because he didn't play anything on turn 1, that's concerning. But we do have Fiery War Axe, and a decent amount of early game, so I'm not incredibly worried. We should keep it in mind though, because history does tend to repeat itself. Let's clear that out, just in case it is a Zoo Warlock with a slow start. It's known to happen, although that deck runs a significant amount of 1-drops, that it would be kind of unlikely, but this looks like a job for Ghoul. Is it time to Ghoul yet? I could also slam and then leave the Ghoul for later, but then the axe is still gone. I would like to combine the Ghoul with the Acolyte though, but that might be a little greedy. I could play Acolyte and hit. How's that? That feels bad. I should just grab my advantage while I have it. It seems really greedy not to do this. And clearing the Malchezaar's Imp is actually kind of important, because every card the Warlock draws is one that they don't have to life tap for, and especially the 2 mana that they pay to life tap is very significant. I don't mind not drawing a card with my slam here, just to get rid of that librarian, I think. And that means slamming and then coining an Acolyte. I think I like coining an Acolyte, to be honest. Sure. Do we clear that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we clear that. Actually, we don't have to. No, let's not clear that. Let's just do it this way. And go to the Warlock's face. Because he's going to have a 1-1 regardless, so it doesn't really matter. And this way we can kind of guarantee that a 1-1 will still live next turn. Oh, but we don't... No, that a 1-1 still lives next turn for us to draw a card from. And if he power overwhelmings here, then that is fine with me. Sure. That is a trade I will gladly take again. So let's think about what our options are here. Not a whole lot of exciting stuff, I guess, but I like the Bloodhoof Brave against the Direwolf Alpha. Although, yeah, there's no way for us to kill that off, so I should have drawn my card first, of course, but the Acolyte wouldn't have made a difference, and with Execute being 2 mana, there are not a whole lot of options for us to do with 1 mana. That is kind of the card I was afraid of, but we don't have Execute. That is actually concerning. So no Execute might mean we're in trouble. Why would you not kill that off? I don't know why you wouldn't kill it off, but... what are our options? We could just brawl this, actually. Just draw our card and then brawl it away. Alternatively, we could go for the Sylvanas. We aren't under too much pressure life-wise, so I actually kind of like this. He's either going to give us something, or... How much damage are we taking next turn? 11? I'm fine with taking 11. Sure. Let's go for the Sylvanas and draw our card. Now let's just hit his face. Every 2 life points is 1 card he can't draw anymore. So we might be taking a little bit of damage here, but Warlocks tend to not have great answers against Sylvanas, which makes me pretty confident that we can get a good deal here. Even if we just brawl next turn. So he may be reluctant to commit anything good to the board. Might not even play anything, wow. So in that case, does that make a difference? Unfortunately, there's no way for us to profitably interact. We can steal the Direwolf, guaranteed, but we could also take a 50-50 and then bash whatever's left. That seems okay. We could draw our card first, but depending on what we steal, I think I like just having the 1/1 on the board.
Let none survive.
Sure. Let's take this trade, see what we get. Take the Direwolf, bash whatever's left, and commit the Elise. I even get to hit face for 2 this time, so that's useful. Yeah, I'm fine with this. And him not committing anything on the board, well, he might just be able to spit out his hand regardless, but we still do have the brawl here, so I'm not... Yeah, I'm actually fine with taking that amount of damage. And it seems our opponent did not have a good way to crawl back there, so that's really good. Alright. And here we also have the excuse for us to play warrior today. I was kind of planning on going mage, but then I had 2 warrior quests, so sometimes you just have to let the game dictate whatever you're playing. And that's fine with me. I don't mind a little direction to the wealth of available decks to play. There are certainly a lot of options available. Some might be a little less effective with the shamans everywhere, but do we keep Blood of Brave against... We could even keep Justicar against the warrior, but that seems really greedy. How good is Blood of Brave? I don't think that's a card you want to keep, no. There are plenty of cards I would rather see here than Blood of Brave, so... And 2 of these are among those, so I'm pretty happy with how this mulligan turned out. How does this deck function in the Control Warrior mirror? I'm not sure. It kind of depends on how the Gore Howl functions. And I guess the Sagoth can do some work also. Let's just armor up here in preparation for a possible shield slam. I don't really see a reason to Fiery War Axe yet.
Armor made to fit.
So I've been in this matchup before today. Yeah, let's see if we can draw some cards. I'm okay with committing the Acolyte here.
Let the pain speak to me.
Sure. And let's see what our opponent thinks about this. 4 mana means a taunt, I guess? Or just an Elise. That means we get to draw a card, so that's good. I am certainly okay with that, and Fiery War Axe, we could leave... We could slam and Fiery War Axe on the Elise in hopes of getting more value out of our Acolyte. Let's draw some cards. Let's draw a card first, that's always a good habit to get into, and... Axe... Do we draw a card with the... Yes, I think we do. Even though he had the early Elise, I think this is not... a matchup that's actually decided in Fatigue, although I could... From my experience in the last game, it wouldn't really be a game decided by Fatigue. Although I could definitely see myself being wrong here. That's a good card to draw, so I'm not unhappy to see that. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Maybe that was just because I had to use my early brawls, and therefore... No, I think the one with the Elise advantage does have a better chance. So let's draw some cards. How many cards are we? We're ahead a lot of cards here. But he can only make us draw 1. So that is actually fine. And there's our release, so that could be pretty good. We'll definitely try to get that down next turn. He's gained a lot of armor, but that's not really... Warriors can always get armor whenever they want to. This could actually be a fatigue warrior, in which case he could mill us with cold lights, but that's... I don't think that's worth playing around, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, at least seems fine, allows us to armor up. Armor is definitely not irrelevant, because chances are very real that we will reach the fatigue stage of the game, but actually dying from fatigue damage or drawing too many cards. If you draw a lot of cards, that just means you have a lot of legendaries available.
Made to fit.
That is a second armor smith. Oh my. How much armor are we willing to give our opponent? I don't really mind giving him a lot of armor, to be honest. We could commit the ghoul. I don't dislike that. Ghouls aren't too incredibly valuable, I think, in the Control Warrior mirror.
Get back!
So I'm okay with this. Have all the armor you want, sir. Do we want to commit the Fiery War Axe? If he has a Harrison, I'm okay with him drawing cards for that, sure. I'm definitely okay with that. If he Harrisons this, then that means he's not harassing my Goral that comes later, so... This just means my Goral is safe, and I'm okay with that trade. Will I Revenge here? Revenge is also a card that's not very valuable in this matchup. Although, of course, you should be careful about saying stuff like that, because... Where's my train of thought? I'm completely lost. Oh, a Revenge, of course, is also a card that can be turned into a legendary by Elise, so... are we cycling more cards? We're about even right now, so I'm okay with using a shield block, and I think I'll be playing a Bloodhoof Brave here. Yeah. Just force him to brawl. That's also not bad. Just trade one in and play the other ghoul and armor up. I like that enough.
Get back!
I like that enough, sure. Expecting him to play a Fiery War Axe at some point, but he might not have it, and that's pretty good for us. That's a big guy, but we can shield slam him, regardless of where it goes, so I'm okay with that. And we still have 6 damage on the board, so that's good. Yeah, I'm okay with that. No reason to commit more, I think. We can afford to sit on our cards a little bit. Let's draw a card with the map. So armor up, shield slam. I don't even want to commit the Bloodhoof Brave at this point. Make sure our opponent knows it's the shield slam we top decked. That's also an important psychological advantage, I feel. So bashes that one, I guess. Alright. And that allows us to commit one more minion to the board. So that's also good. Do I want a Soggoth here? I guess Soggoth could be sweet, although I ran into an opponent running Black Knight a bit earlier, and that was kind of a letdown. But if that's gonna happen, well, I can lure the Gorehowl, I guess. I don't have an answer to Gorehowl anyway, so might as well. I kinda like the Bloodhoof Brave. That will get Gorehowled, it will get Black Knighted, so I'm okay with doing that here. Just add a little bit of a threat on the board. How are we in cards? We're 2 cards ahead, but I would like to draw my monkey. Ooh, that's a really early monkey. I'm not sure about that, but let's see if we can get our opponent to commit a brawl. And then there's a lot of threats still coming, so that's good. If we can play Monkey while we're ahead on the board, then we should be in a pretty good position to win this game, I feel. So let's see if we can arrange for that to happen. Oh, we might be facing the exact mirror match. Wow. That is pretty amazing. Okay, so we are definitely growling that, because that's the only real option. Well, he's playing Armor Smiths, though. But that's okay with me. Yeah. I'm hitting that. And hitting that with this here. Do I want to commit another minion? I kinda do, but the Acolyte might prove to be troublesome. Yeah, I would see my opponent committing some revenges or something to make me draw more cards, and that's not something I want right now. I will happily hit that, I think, and it might be time... Well, it might be time to commit my own Soggoth. That seems like a nice idea. I think I like that. He can brawl that. If he brawls that, that's fine with me. Yeah. And he shouldn't have a great answer. So I like it. How often do you see two Soggoths played? Well, in basically any priest match warrior's opponent has a Soggoth, I guess, but... well, it can be entombed, actually.
I have no time for games.
Shower thoughts. I would like to see my own Sylvanas here, so I can steal his. That would be really sweet. Other than that, yeah, Soggoth is a little weak to Sylvanas, I guess, but if he steals the Soggoth, I'm actually kind of okay with that. Oh my. Okay, well... If he steals it, then it's okay with me, yeah. Perhaps I can make him steal the Acolyte, though. Would that be worth it? Playing the Acolyte here, slamming Soggoth into this and seeing what happens? I don't really care about giving my opponent an Acolyte that much, though. So, we could... We can just hit our own Soggoth twice at this point, right? So I'm not incredibly worried about that. As long as we don't commit anything else, I think we're kind of okay here. But I would like to monkey at some point. So I could slam in, then hit it, and then monkey or Grommash. I think I actually like the Grommash. Is going to be forced to shield slam that. He would have shield slammed his own Sylvanas for sure. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I could Grommash into that, but I kind of like making use of my weapon here. So he could shield slam. If he shield slams this, then he could have shield slammed Sylvanas, and it would have been a better thing, I think. Yeah, I think that would have been better, so... I just want to get the good cards out of my hand and be ahead on the board when I play my monkey. Looks like that might not be the case entirely, but if I hit that... Ooh, that's ugly. That is actually kind of ugly. I may have to shield slam that. I don't like it. I could shield slam and bash and then monkey. Am I ahead on the board enough to be monkeying at this point? I think I kind of have to push my advantage and monkey early. But if you monkey too early, then you might be in trouble. But we've had the Sylvanas at this point, so I think I'm okay with that. So that means I bash this, then shield slam that. Bash, then shield slam, then monkey. And that still allows us to armor up. I'm okay with that. Bash into shield slam. Into monkey. I don't need these cards. That might be vanity, but I think I'm okay with this. I am rather attached to my own hero power, thank you. These cards aren't half bad, though. Even Malkazar is just a 5/6, and 5/6s are okay. That Major Domo is looking to be really dangerous, though. Well, perhaps he was waiting with his Gorehowl for me to monkey, so I can't Harrison? I could still Harrison. That would be kind of funny. Yeah, I like Ronin there, sure. I'm okay with Ronin. He's a cool dude. I was kind of thinking, is there any way I could have played Ronin before getting the monkey out? But that only works if I find an release again. So, not a big chance of that happening. Why didn't he hit it? Is he expecting me to trade? I guess he could be expecting me to trade here. I could also... no. I can only Major Domo after he's used his Gromash, I think. Perhaps hope to change my hero power back. That kind of defeats the purpose. I'm kind of okay with trading here. And then develop Malkazar plus Halaziel.
Behold!
I think I'm okay with that. Sure. Halaziel could be fun. I don't know about that. I kind of want him to smash into this. I don't know why he doesn't. But oh well. I'll just take my missiles, and I don't think the healing from Malkazar with the missiles is relevant enough for me to worry too much about it. So he can smash into one of these, and one should still survive, so that's kind of good. We'll have to see. I probably would be in worse shape if he used this Gorehowl on my minion, I think. Oh, that's interesting, sir. I wasn't expecting that. What, are we going for them? I can use one missiles, right? I'm not sure what's the reasoning behind this, because I can just... If I Gorehowl into that, then it has 5 health, and I have 3 missiles. That seems like bad odds to me. I don't like that. So, we're going to have to Halaziel in here. He's used 1 charge of his Gorehowl, so let's do it this way, and then expect to use Chill Maw, right? Oh, I should have... No, this way I get to keep my minion. Sure. Let's missiles. If 2 hits, then it's actually in a good spot. Oh, this will take forever. Jeez. Okay, I'll try. Wait, Chill Maw. And 1 more. Okay, missiles and pass. I'm not going to hit that anyway. I don't have a dragon, so that's good. He can't hit into Chill Maw. Oh my gosh. Well, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have relied on that last missiles, but I thought I would be pretty safe. Would I have slammed my face into... Yeah, I totally should have slammed my face into Gromash, but a bit too late to have regrets right now. That is really unfortunate. So with the Halaziel, that took literally forever. I'm kind of in trouble right now. Yeah, that's exactly why. Because I don't have a way to... Oh my gosh. Well, that's game. Perhaps not. Perhaps not.
None shall.
Okay, we could be worse off here. Yeah. Do I want to change my hero power? If I can get something that deals 1 damage, that would be pretty sweet. We can't use it this turn anyway, right? So this is fine.
Well played.
He's giving us the well played already? I don't know about that.
Behold the armies of
Oh, oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. I'm going to need a Deathwing at this point. That's not good. Well, that does a decent job at holding the fort, I guess. We can try. He's going to... he's not even going to fatigue faster than us. So... Oh, that's a dragon in your hand. Alright, alright. Do we give him the trade-in? We're taking 17 next turn. I don't like taking 17, but how much is Soggoth going to change? He's just going to steal the Soggoth. I don't like him stealing the Soggoth. Alright, well, we are kinda screwed still. Let's just play 2 minions and see what we get. Yeah, sometimes you monkey. He has 12, 17, oh my. Well, sometimes the game just doesn't want you to win. What on earth was that? I got a Sir Finley and a Major Domo, and he had an Alexstrasza and a Sylvanas and a Varian Rin. Yeah. Okay, so some games you're just not meant to win. I think we played okay there, but perhaps there were certainly points where I could have pressed my advantage a bit further, I think. So this is why it's not a fatigue game. At some point, someone's going to monkey, and from that point, fatigue doesn't really matter anymore. Alright, a shaman. That is actually the first shaman I've seen today. So I may have overstated the amount of shamans on the ladder a little bit. I do want Acolyte, don't I? I do want Acolyte, but I also want my other early game cards like Doomsayer and Slam and Fiery War Axe. So perhaps I should just throw the Acolyte away. This seems really strange because these are all playable cards in the early game, but I really think I need an Axe or a Doomsayer to really make a difference in the early game here. And there's the Acolyte anyway, so nothing lost, nothing gained, I guess. The Elise is also good to have. It's surprising how relevant the 3 attack on the Elise is, especially against something like Shaman. Alright, let's see, well, it's usually mid-range Shaman at this point. There aren't a lot of aggro Shamans on the ladder, but this is not as bad as it seemed at first. We don't have a way to get rid of that, so that's kind of a problem, but we do have this, so I guess that's reasonable. We can draw cards while he draws cards, and he would have played a Feral Spirits if he had it, right? Hex, oh my. I wasn't expecting that. That seems unusually aggressive. If I could just get an Axe here, that would be great. That's also not an awful card, but I think I prefer Elise at this point. Because it can actually kill the... Well, I could have Hero Powered and Shield Slammed it. Let's be fair here, but that doesn't really add anything to the board, and yeah, this does give him an extra card though, so maybe I should have done that. I could just brawl next turn though? Was he really hoping for a Taunt Totem here, or is he just prepared to press his advantage with all the cards he has? That wouldn't be unreasonable, I guess. So we could brawl, but that doesn't seem like it's going to win us the game. Is it now? Let's just kill that. That needs to die right now. Let's develop a taunt. And then he doesn't have a great way to deal with that, I think. Because he's already used the Hex. And that's kind of okay. We still have a brawl in case he starts to go wide. If he overloads for 1 and places a Flame Tongue, I guess we're kind of... Yeah, if he overloads and Flame Tongues, then that's kind of bad for us. But this seems reasonable. Lightning Bolt's that? Lightning Storm, okay. That still leaves us the Elise, so that's kind of okay. Because the Elise actually trades with one of his minions, and this means he's not really developing, so that's good for us. We could execute a Totem Golem, trade off this, and then play pretty much nothing, so execute's a waste. We could bash and Shield Slam and preserve the Elise. I like the thought of that. I really like that. Because the Elise is really annoying for him, I think. I really like that, yes. Because we can now Shield Slam this one, kill the Totem, which is pretty important. He could have a Spirit Claws and still kill Elise, but I think he had 4 mana last turn, so he surely would have Spirit Clawed it down, right? Yeah. He has to. Alright, alright. I guess Blood Mage trades for Elise here. This is a board that's weak to Ghoul, though. So it would have been nice to see a Ghoul there. But I will happily slam that and just see what's up. Sure. Not exactly the card I wanted to see, but yeah, I'll leave him with some spell power. I don't think he has a great way to push his advantage with that. So I would rather take out the thing with the higher attack. Sogoth is also a card that's really good against Shaman, incidentally, which is one of the reasons it's in this deck. And here comes the board, alright. Please continue developing stuff, so I can brawl. I will happily brawl... basically, if you add a Tuskar or a double thing, well, I'll certainly brawl that. It's a 50-50 of only a 1/1 surviving, so that's a chance I will happily take. Sure. This is a 50-50 between being really good or being quite okay. I'll classify this as really good. Killing 2 5/5s for 5 mana is a deal I'll take any day. And Sogoth comes up next turn, so let's see if we can do something good with that. If he Flame Tongues, he adds 4, so that does kill Sogoth, unfortunately. But he's still sacrificing 2 of his minions, so that's kind of okay. Do we have any better options right now? We can actually Grommash and take out the Azure Drake, which definitely counts for something. He's already used 1 Hex. I kind of like that. That means Grommash goes down to 5, so we would have to Flame Tongue and trade in both. Grommash isn't really getting any better than this, so I think I'm pretty happy with this. Sure, I'll take this trade. The Azure Drake Lightning Bolts, and that's kind of okay. That is not oh, that is actually pretty good. Alright. Forget I said anything. That is actually pretty good for him. As well as that Thunderblood Valiant needs to die this instant. And luckily there's the Revenge to bail us out, so that's good. Also, incidentally takes out the Thelnos, so that's good. I'm pretty happy with this. We can still Ironforge, or we can Justicar. How good is Justicar here? Definitely not amazing against a Flame Tongue plus Healing Totem. So, yeah. Let's go with Ironforge, and do that before... do that after the Revenge, I mean. So, Ironforge Portal into Execute. That is actually okay. I looked at the 1/1 and I was like, oh no, but that's a reasonable 1/1. It's not good against this board, but it's decent value at least. And he's not going to want to kill this. If he hexes it, that's absolutely fine. Yeah. I've seen worse deals. Alright. What do you got? Oh. More cards. More cards, I guess. We could just go for the fatigue victory. How likely is that? I don't like the thought of that, to be quite honest, but it could be a way out, I guess. Do we want to kill the 1/1? I kind of just want to kill the Azure Drake at this point. That seems reasonable. We could draw a card first. We can execute just the card. I really want to draw this card right now. That's the main thing. I'm worried about the amount of totems I'm seeing here. Ooh, that's a good brawl. We can be a little greedy, I guess. Can we be a little greedy? We'll have to execute first, but is that acceptable? I'm fine with him drawing more cards, I think. So I could kill this totem, then Thunderbluff. This is a disgusting amount of damage, though. I'm kind of worried. I should just be brawling here, right? Yeah. I should totally just brawl here. Those decks are known to run Bloodlust, so I really shouldn't be taking the risk of just dying on the spot. That seems like a really, really bad idea. Anytime they've got a broad board and possibility of a Bloodlust in hand, that's where things start to go south really fast. Taunt totems are also really annoying, by the way, in case you didn't know. Okay, that Azure Drake's going face, as expected. Okay, but we still have our 5/5 left, so perhaps not all is lost, and that's a good draw. So I'm certainly happy with that. We still can't play our Justicar, but that's kind of okay with me. Execute the Ragnaros, that's as good a target as we're gonna get, so I'm okay with that. You can trade his Azure Drake for our 5/4, but that's acceptable. Alright. Possibility of a second Lightning Storm also. You just don't have time to play Sabath, that's kind of a problem. Unless he just decides to skip a turn or something, but that's not gonna happen. Ooh, double spell power, ouch. That's kind of painful. I will admit that's kind of painful. And that one's going face. Oh my. Oh my. I am pretty dead next turn, actually. Wow. Both brawls used. Oh, and just Lightning Bolt twice? No, that's not twice, but... do I have any answers here? That's kind of an answer, and I'm not entirely happy about it, but it kind of works. Means he can deal 5 damage next turn. Yeah, we might actually be okay, but there's still some burst left in that deck, and that worries me. And I don't have a brawl anymore, so that's also a problem. Especially... yeah, we are absolutely dead. Alright, Sabath save us. Ooh, Sabath Doomsayer would be so good if that could work. Unfortunately. Okay. So show the Bloodlust, friend. Trying to out-fatigue the Shaman perhaps wasn't the best idea I've ever had. Am I just dead on board? 1, 2, 3. No, I'm not dead on board, but it's pretty damn close.
One day, I'll be a real knight.
It is pretty close. That's another one, alright. I'm not dead yet, but I don't know what I'm waiting for, to be honest. There's another lightning bolt in that deck, isn't it? Yeah. Wow. That was painful. That was most painful. Let's give it one more game, shall we? We've only played 3 at this point. And I don't really feel I've really shown what the deck is capable of. Although I guess that Warrior mirror match was kind of sweet, even though I lost it, but yeah. Let's give it one more game and see where things go from there. Another Warlock. Well, We can win against Warlocks, I guess. But I was expecting this deck to be a little better against Shaman, I guess. I'll have to do some research on that. Bloodhoof Brave against Warlock seems kind of okay, especially with the coin. I wouldn't keep this going first, but I think it's reasonable now. Revenge is a really good card against Warlocks. It happens. It just so happens to be. So I'm banking on having a good game here. Him passing on the first turn is not... Well, we've seen that before today, so... That is not necessarily indicative of what we're going to face. However, this definitely is. So let's see how we're tackling this. We're certainly not coining here, and there's no need to start developing stuff yet. Although Coin Acolyte could be considered reasonable, I guess. There's still time to do that this turn, so I'm okay with that. Playing the Acolyte, yeah, sure. We've got 8 cards, 7 cards. We can afford to draw a few. Alright, so expecting a Twilight Drake here.
Your magic shall
Or a
not
Spellbreaker. That's curious. Alright. So, most definitely a Reno Warlock deck in this case. That is not a card you see in a lot of other decks. Yeah, let's hit it. Having the 1/3 could still be reasonable on the board, but I don't expect it to do a whole lot except for chip damage on the Warlock, which is actually quite relevant, mind you. Especially against a Reno Warlock. Ooh, that is a big card. So I was considering whether it would be worth to play the Doomsayer last turn, and I neglected to do so, but I'm kind of feeling it right now. So we could go for Bloodhoof Brave and Revenge. Not sure I like that too much. We could just take it to the face for 1 turn and then double bash it next turn. We could double bash it now, but I don't like that too much. We can go... I don't like my options here. Can we draw a card? We can draw a card. Is that reasonable? I kinda like that. Let's just make sure it takes a little bit of damage so we can double bash it next turn. Which I'm afraid I may have to. And I don't like it. Are we slamming this in? Perhaps I should. Perhaps I should slam this in just to be sure. Yeah, this is really bad against Hellfire. I'm not sure what I'm thinking. Actually, it's kind of fine. I can afford to waste the Revenge, but I'm taking a lot of unnecessary damage just for the 1 damage I did to his face, which might not matter at all because a Reno Warlock is a Reno Warlock, of course. Do we use Revenge and Bash here? We could go for the Bloodhoof Brave. We could go for Bloodhoof Brave Revenge. I don't know about that. If we slam in here, then we are down to the threshold for Revenge, but doesn't really matter then. We can slam in and then bash though. And then we don't have a lot of great options either. We can bash his face. Armor up Shield Slam. I would like to preserve the Shield Slam for some other purposes. So yeah, this is pretty much what we have to do. And we're getting some armor which may allow us to Shield Slam something next turn. So it's, yeah, it's okay. And we are hopefully back. So we are. Okay, that's good. Let's think about this a little bit. But not too long. Yeah, this seems okay. I'm okay with this. Crisis management, I guess. I could have used a second revenge here. Screen's doing okay, right? Yeah, screen's doing okay. Okay, so I may have to do a little cutting and pasting there, but Siphon so on, that is also fine with me. And most likely... Oh, he's not trading. He's not trading. Alright, that could be costly, sir. Yet we don't have a lot of great options in hand, so I am a little concerned about that, I will admit. We could go for the Revenge into Doomsayer. I kinda like that. He has to use a card. He's used 2 of his answers. Well, you really don't want to Siphon solo Doomsayer. I'm fine with that, yes. Can I afford to save the Revenge? I just think I shouldn't. I can trade into 2 minions, use the Bash instead. But I want the Doomsayer anyway, so I think I'm fine with this. Sure. Make sure to Revenge first. Hit his face and Doomsayer.
I must choose.
And that allows us to sub off next turn, so as long as he doesn't have a Black Knight, then it's looking pretty good. Oh, he could have a Sylvanas, I guess. Sylvanas is also a card that's really good against Soloth, and also really popular, so that's kind of a shame. That is a card he can afford to lose. So, just healing for 4 here. Not doing a whole lot, I expect, but that's okay with me. Yeah. I don't expect him to throw away minions for free. Perhaps he was considering tapping. That's a really odd choice. Alright, let's see what you got. Either a Sylvanas or a Black Knight. One of those is more likely than the other, but I think we just have to... Ooh, if he plays Sylvanas, that's actually really good for us. I totally should have considered that, but that makes this play even better, because if he plays the Sylvanas and doesn't do anything about it, then we can Sylvanas and Shield Slam to steal his Sylvanas, and then he's kind of in trouble. So we can bash that. That means we don't have to Shield Slam it, so that's really good. If we bash that, then we still have to deal with Emperor. We can steal the Emperor, but that's not going to do a whole lot for us. We may have to Shield Slam the Emperor, which is a little sucky. We can bash Execute. We can just Shield Slam the Emperor. I don't think it's worth bending over backwards to save the Shield Slam here. Let's draw a card. I don't think we want to develop the Sylvanas here. And especially with a second Shield Slam, I'm not too worried about wasting it here. So yeah, that's fine. Let's hit that, bash it. Oh, and I completely forgot to armor up, but that's okay. We are in a situation that we can afford to lose a little bit of health. Although it is most definitely a mistake, but I'm okay with this. So what you got, sir? What you got?
Who knows what secrets?
Random Bronzebeard into
My eyes are open.
a little bit of healing. Okay, so we have to kill that Brand Bronzebeard. I'm hoping for a Fiery War Axe here, to be honest. Ooh, not anymore. That's a pretty big field. Actually, Fiery War Axe is still fine. We may have to Shield Slam Bran, which is not something I like to do. We can execute it. Is that better? It might be better. Let's draw a card. Yeah, that seems pretty good. So we can make this trade. Do we execute Bran or Shield Slam? I think Well, execute is better in fatigue, but that's not going to be amazingly relevant, I think. So let's just do it this way. We're rapidly running out of cards, and that's a problem. That is a real problem. Maybe I should have developed the Sylvanas at some point during the last 2 turns, just to get some extra pressure in. That might just allow him to play something and then Shadow Flame, though. Which would be unfortunate. What do you got, sir?
Funnel cakes. Get your funnel cakes here.
He's got some funnel cakes, alright. That's a lot of healing, and he still hasn't played Reno. Okay, how about a Gorehowl right now? I could go for a Gorehowl. Yeah, I think it's time to develop the Sylvanas. I don't think we can afford to use the Shield Slam. If he Shadow Flames something, for example... Yeah, he might be able to clear our board at this point, which is unfortunate. If he Twisting Nethers... Ooh, that could be a Twisting Nether, and then I'm really screwed, right? Is there much we can do about it, though? I think we pretty much have to start banking on him not having that.
What now?
Would he have used it before, or is he really waiting for us to have another minion on field? That could also... Doesn't have that many cards. These are the moments I really wish I knew how long each card is in his hand, but just going face, sure. That could be a mistake, but we have to kill him at some point, and with this much card disadvantage, we're not going to prolong it for too long. Actually, did he play 2 Earthen Ring and Farseers? So this could be the handlock player I was facing earlier. Still, the Spellbreaker was really odd. I don't... No, I must be mistaken, I think. Shadow Flame that, and then... Shadow Bolt the Sylvanas, I guess? Yeah, that's kind of expected. I'm going to need something right now. Didn't find the Elise yet either. But he's not developing anything, so as long as that's a possible threat. Not the worst top deck by any stretch of the imagination. Alright, yeah, things are not looking good for us here. But at least it's better than Twisting Nether, right? He's wasted some cards. Some pretty good ones too. Fijiraxis, I'm pretty much dead, right? Soulfire. Oh, it's a Malygos. Oh, there's certainly an insta-kill somewhere around there. Are we still dead? No, that can't possibly be... Huh? Okay, okay. I can see where you're coming from. So he's expecting to get some value out of his Leroy. Yeah, I can see where he's coming from. Alright, what's the plan? We can't possibly brawl here, but if we don't do anything about this board, then he's just going to pass, and that's also not good for us. I think we have to Shield Slam one of these. They both trade with the Justicar, and this one's a little harder to get rid of, so I guess we'll do it this way. They both died to brawl, and this makes me take less damage, right? Yeah. I don't think the difference is that relevant. So definitely a Reno Warlock deck in this case. There's a lot of odd cards here. So I must have just miscounted with the Urban Wings. Okay, there's the Jiraxis. Is he going to face check into this? I guess he can afford to, right? Oh, I could have Grommash and some kind of activator. I mean, that would mean he's dead, but... Oh my. Well, us hitting face here isn't really helping us, right? But he has to be worried about us killing him next turn, so there's a reasonable time. Sure. Let's kill this. And then next turn we still have the option to go face. He's used a lot of healing except for Reno already. So he has to be worried about dying right now. Already used his runes, so he has to taunt up at this point. He's bound to have one of those. A Sun Fury perhaps? If he doesn't have Sun Fury, he's dead to a number of top decks here, such as this one. Alright, well, that's Reno Warlock, and that is why Direxus is still a very dangerous card. It can really, really finish a game quickly, but it can also finish the game quickly the other way around. Alright, that is it for now, so hope you enjoyed. It was certainly interesting playing Control Warrior again. It's been a while for me. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you again next time.